Now, what is the situation with school and Zoom and science and the teachers' unions? We have this bizarre situation where the teachers are teaching science to the kids while the teachers' unions are aggressively ignoring science. What would be a way to deal with that? Well, I have a suggestion. Now, this suggestion, unfortunately, probably can't work because it would require organization. And like I said, I don't think there's anybody who has that ability right now. But here's how I would do it if I could organize it. I would tell every kid who's taking Zoom school that when the science class comes on, that they have to turn off the computer and that they will not do their science homework for, let's say, 1 week. I'll just pick 1 week. Could be 3 days. A Zoom and a science class. Every time the science class came on, the kids would walk over and say, we're not taking science seriously, so I'm not going to learn it. Boop. Goodbye. I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back for English. I'll be back for math, because those are real. You're going to teach me those things, and I'll use them. But if you're teaching me something you don't fucking use yourself, if the teachers' union won't use science, kids, turn it off. Turn it off. Don't listen to their fucking science. They're not using it themselves. Now, what would happen if the kids across the country, with their parents, of course, parents would have to be in on it. What happens if they just started turning off science class every day for a week? Would there be anything else in the news? No. It would be the biggest story in the news, especially if it were for a full week. Because on day one, it would be the news. Day two, it would be the news. It would be a lot of news. And what would happen to the argument? That would crystallize the argument. It would put the kids in charge, as they should be. Do you know why the kids should be in charge? Because the adults fucked up. The adults are fucking worthless. We don't have a Congress that can help them. We don't have a state government that can help them in many states. Some are doing well. And we don't have a teachers union or teachers that will help them. Obviously, the teachers could also push back against the union if they wanted to. So do you know why the children should be in charge? Because the parents fucked up. They fucked up. And we're killing the fucking kids. And the kids should organize, and they should take control. And if you don't think the kids could take control of this situation, they can take control. Right? Now, the problem is organization. Who would organize it? But parents, you fucked up. You fucked up, parents. Adults, you fucked up. It's time to put the kids in charge, because you know they would do a better job. The kids would say, let's get back to school. Most of them. You know, actually, a lot of kids are saying, let's just ride it out this school year. But I think most kids would want to go back to school. And I say, put them in charge. But at the very least, if they're not willing to turn off the science class, I don't know to what extent you can ask questions during a Zoom situation, but I'd like to see that at least one kid in every science class raise their hand at the beginning of science class every time and just ask one question. Excuse me, just a question. If we're going to learn science, why is it that the teachers don't use it? Why does the teachers union not use science? Or better, we're learning science. Just some context, please. Is science being used in the decision about whether we should attend in person or not? Could you fill me in? Are we using the science for that? Imagine if the kids forced the science teacher to answer that question before class every day. Just make them answer that question every day. All right, join me now for the unparalleled pleasure, the dopamine hit of the day, the thing that makes everything better. It's called the simultaneous sip, and it happens now. Go.